it is episode 7, mate. We made it to 7.
Wow. Powered by Forever podcast number 7.
There you go. Did you ever think we'd make to 7?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, of course. We were totally committed to this. And I think they tell me that we're up to about 11 viewers now. So
Yeah.
we're rock and rolling.
Okay, here we go.
No, I hear that it's starting to get a bit of traction out there.
Nice. Yeah. It seems like when we've been traveling, we've been asking people, and a few hands are raised up, right?
Yeah.
So
especially the ones that have the FBOs on, and Holly's was popular.
yeah, that was really
the
good.
product one too. So, and we got some good ideas for next year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that as we go.
2025 is upon us.
It's here.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So 2024, it fascinates me how fast it went.
Like a blink of an eye. It's incredible.
The old people we used to laugh at, and they say, remember, when policemen start looking young and time flies by, you're getting old. So I think we've made it.
Yeah.
We're old now,
Unfortunately.
I know, but I feel great. And to make us feel greater, should we have our Powered by Forever podcast?
Yeah,
Cheers.
I wanted to do a little something different.
A little different?
I want to take the aloe vera gel.
Okay.
And I know a lot of you do this already, but maybe some of you don't. But here's our RG Plus. And if you mix this, it is amazing. So if you just tear it open and you just pour it in there, goes great right inside. And then how easy is it to mix it up? Let's get rid of that little guy.
This is like one of Holly's product commercials here.
No doubt. Mix it up a little bit, and man, it tastes great, and it gives you so much energy.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Powered by Forever.
Powered by Forever. Here's to a great 2025.
So try that at home. It's amazing. I love it. Do it every morning. You'll have so much energy. You'll be selling aloe like crazy.
You love that RG, huh?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great product.
It is a great product. It's been really popular. When did we launch that? Do you remember?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
10 years maybe?
This is a good product. I was in Japan last week and got to taste their juice, their new juice, because we've started doing that. And Gary's going to talk about that a bit later about global manufacturing.
Yeah.
Give that a chance. So we talked a little bit about 2024. Good year?
It's been an amazing year.
Hasn't it?
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
There's a reason why you have a big smile on your face.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. We started off with that goal of just moving forever into that growth mindset. And my goodness, it's hit, huh?
Tell them about it.
We are 11 months of growth this year.
Wow. Amazing.
And the 1 month we didn't get it was February because it was compared to the price increase.
So we've had growth in the past. Why is it amazing for 2024?
Well, that's a brilliant question. For me, it's because we changed the momentum. Like we talked about it a lot. We come off the back of COVID, and we struggled a little bit to get momentum. During COVID, it was brilliant. And then we had all the challenges with global supply chain, prices going up, everyone going back to work, a little distraction, people not wanting to work as hard. I think we all saw that all over the world. Mm-hmm. And then couple that, I think, too, with the impact of Rex's passing. Yeah. I think it affected us more than we anticipated. Maybe I don't want to be wrong when I say that, but it put us off our stride a bit.
A little bit, yeah.
And then we got back in the race, and we really turned that momentum around, and we went from a pretty flat year in 23 to, I think, 5% will be up this year.
Wow.
Which
and
is
think
amazing.
about not just what you mentioned, the challenges we face, but also think about what the industry's facing.
Yeah.
There's not many companies that are going up right now.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
So to see us at 5% and most of them are going the other direction, that's amazing.
It is.
What
amazing.
does that tell you about our industry?
I've got a theory on that, right?
I want you to share it.
Yeah. So here's my theory, and it's a little bit anecdotal, but I started to think about, and I have these calls every 6 weeks or so with other leaders in the industry, and I've had the opportunity to travel around and meet some people that lead other companies, and they're great people, and there's a lot of great companies out there. But there was always this message of the industry shifting, the industry's turning. We've got to adapt. We've got to do this, and which is true, right? We've got to learn and make some changes. But it didn't seem consistent with me because I'd be, for example, in Romania, And what I was experiencing in Romania is completely different what I was hearing in these leaders. So I started looking at it not as an industry problem, because the products haven't changed. They're still in demand. They're still excellent products. The marketing plans are generous. They help people to access through hard work and dedication an enhanced income opportunity. And then there's this idea of being able to choose the way I want to live my life. All of these things are still absolutely in demand in the world. So what's the problem? For me, it's a leadership issue. It isn't an industry issue. And I'll try and explain that a little bit. So I think, go back about 60 years, the industry was probably when Amway really kicked off. I don't know the exact dates. I probably should have researched it more. And I know someone's going to say to me, well, Avon's 100 years and Tupperware 100 years old. Yeah, they were, but they're sort of single level at that time. When the multi-level revolution started to kick off 67 years ago, and then Amway started to fly, and those other companies were doing really well. That was the founder leadership. That was the passionate, let's lean into the breeze, let's lean into the wind, lean into the storm, and really take this industry and push it into people's lives in a positive way. Well, that went up until the founders started to get old, retire, and unfortunately some of them died. Then it attracted the corporate world, the venture capitalist world, to look at our industry. Hey, that's a super successful industry. I think we can make some money in that industry. And the owners of the companies that were the new owners started thinking, oh yeah, hold on a minute. And they get a little bit of confidence crisis. And they say, oh, maybe that guy's smarter because he went to Harvard. That guy's smarter because he's educated in business, so to speak. Or venture capitalists bring some more money into the system. And they come in and they apply the traditional logic to our business, and it starts to fade because we have to make emotional decisions. Some of the decisions you make, keeping open in certain countries that aren't working, investing in a product that might not be working right now, generous incentives in spite of increasing costs. Other companies aren't making those decisions because they're making them for the different mindset. Forever, we had the same issue with the founder. We all know what happened to Rex. Impacted a short time, and then you stood up and said, "Hold on, we're gonna double down on this passionate, emotional, powerful, smart, logic leadership, but still go down that road." So I know that was a long explanation, but I don't think it's an industry problem. I think it's a leadership problem, and I think we'll start to see in the industry people coming back to that realization that, oh, hold on, this rainmaking style leadership. Not just at the corporate level, not at the country level, but as an individual FBO level.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what really matters, is you have to approach this business as an emotional, powerful, compassionate community interaction as opposed to just a business.
And it's interesting because you hear a lot of the other, not to talk down about any other company, but just the differences. You hear a lot of FBOs from other companies say they don't really know the executive staff of their company, which is really foreign to me because, as you know, we love to get to know the FBOs and go to their houses and meet their families, and so it's very personable to us, and so I think that's what you're talking about. Going down that road is important, and
it is the extra dimension, the superpower, the magic pill, whatever it is that makes the difference.
Yeah.
Because a lot of companies have good products, a lot of them good marketing plans, but you got to have that emotional connection.
Yeah.
We call it community. You got to have the community.
Absolutely.
Because one of the biggest illnesses, I think, in the world, honestly, Greg, is loneliness. I think there's a lot of people out there that are lonely. And I think that the wonders of the digital technology has actually made it worse.
Absolutely.
Because we don't
separated
connect. And I think on the backside of COVID too, and I think that the companies that can provide a digital experience, absolutely, there's no getting away from that.
Yeah.
But you got to provide a community where people can feel safe. They can be authentic and they can, achieve. And
speaking of community and being with people, and 2024, you were on the road quite a bit.
You were too.
Yeah, but you more. I give it to you, man.
Yeah, it was a tough one, yeah.
You were chugging it,
Yeah.
and you saw it all, and you really have, close to your heart, you understand what's happening. So what does 2025 look like?
Well, I think it's going to be, and I say this positively, a lot of the same. There's no, like in our growth acronym, work, it's right in the middle. There's no getting away from this is hard work. But going back to 24, what was the one thing that I learned? There's a million things I learned in all of our travels, but one of the questions, as we asked it a lot, we talked a lot about fear and its value in as a motivation to be successful. And we asked everywhere. Remember, we asked everywhere, and we did these surveys and stuff that said, "What is your biggest fear?" Interestingly, people said, "My biggest fear is talking to people." And then when we dive down in that, they weren't afraid of talking to people, because if you sit on a bus and someone says hello to you, or you go into a shop and someone says hello, everyone's fine talking. The issue was actually fear of rejection. Mm-hmm. That was the one thing that holds the most people back, is this fear of rejection. And I get it. Like, it's not that we're all human, right?
Yeah.
And I experience
we all feel it.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things we're going to work on a lot in 25 is helping people overcome that fear, or get used to the fear of rejection. Because I don't know if you ever overcome it. I think that's unrealistic to say, anytime.
It's a natural feeling.
Right.
What advice would you give someone to work on that? Yeah,
no, that's a brilliant question, and I don't know if I have the right answer, other than is this ability to creatively, mentally put yourself in the position of the person who think is rejecting you, because they're not. Very, very rarely someone is rejecting you because you're Gregg Maughan, or me because I'm Aidan O'Hare. It's usually a byproduct of the circumstance. It might be a financial issue, it might be a timing issue, it might be a distraction issue, something going on in their lives. I would say that was 90% of when people say no. There is a 10% that is our fault. That we have to take, like, we screwed up. We weren't prepared, we didn't have the right product, we didn't have the right story to tell, we didn't have the right tools available. That's our fault. We have to take responsibility. So sometimes, very small, it's our fault, and we have to learn from that and improve. But the other is, you can't take it personally. We see that all the time, is that when you actually ask somebody a little bit of what's going on in their lives, it's nothing to do with the person that asked them.
We were traveling this year. I don't remember where we were, but we were in a restaurant somewhere in an airport, and we were sitting next to this girl. It was just recently.
Behind us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was making a sales call.
JFK.
In the restaurant.
Yeah, I remember it.
And we kind of were overhearing, and I remember she made several phone calls and trying to sell whatever she was selling. And I remember we both kind of identified that when it seemed like she got a no, I could see a smile come on her face, and she said, "Well, that's okay. I understand. It might not be the right time." And she went just as friendly as can be, and "Maybe I'll contact you the next time," and hung up. And she went right to the next phone call with the same attitude, same energy. And I kind of learned, we all kind of know that naturally, but I think when you hear a no, if you can train yourself to smile, and just change your whole, instead of feeling discouraged and depressed and rejected, just make a smile. Smile at the person and say, "That's okay, no problem.
Yep.
Hopefully we get to talk another time."
No, that's so true.
And I think that'll help you go on to the next person with some energy,
And I remember that. It was in JFK.
Yeah.
Where she was sat right behind me, and we actually spoke to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, when she was finished, we congratulated on her attitude.
I think you said something like, "I want to hire this."
Yeah, no, and you're right. And thinking about it now, her attitude on that apparent lack of success was, and then we spoke to her. She's been very successful.
Yeah.
And she had a lot going on in her lives, and you remember she told us her whole story, and that was really interesting. But yeah, so that's one of the things of 25 that we're really going to focus on, is help people with that realization. And the other thing that I observed is every market that we went to, and this isn't a new observation, that was successful and had long-term business were those that were focused on the product. And that's not saying the marketing plan isn't fantastic, because it is, and the trips and all that, they're wonderful. And we're not going to move away from that. We've already got Paris is well underway. I know Nick's done a lot on that. We've got Phuket coming after that, plus all the local incentives. We've got Level Up. What's that, next month, 2 months?
Coming up, quick.
And we've got an issue with that. I don't know if they told you, but we might not have enough bedrooms.
We solve problems.
Yeah, we solve problem. So it's amazing because that has really grasped the imagination of our FBOs to get to the Aloe fields. So that's been great. So this idea of wellness is going to be a big focus for 25, and this idea that we need to really champion the product in all aspects of our life.
Speaking of aloe, RG.
Yeah, it tastes great. This morning, I was getting ready to come to work, and I was thinking about how many products I was using, and we've got to get that same mindset everywhere. Not just about units sold. I'm not talking about that, but I honestly believe that our product can help.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting. We know Honami, Rolf, Dominique really well, right?
Yeah.
And there is no doubt they are the biggest product users we have out there. Not just big business, but big product users. So if you want to be like them, you got to follow their example, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Look at Japan.
I know.
Number one country. They'll grow by 12% this year.
Wow.
It's just amazing.
It is.
They're 41 years old, and they'll grow by 12%. And everyone, how many times even ask, hey, what's Japan's secret? Japan's secret is product.
Product use.
Yeah. They,
absolutely.
they talk about drinking a liter a day. In fact, speaking of Hanami, I was there a couple nights ago, and we had a President's Club training in Tokyo. And Hanami was talking and saying a couple of things, and she needed a drink. She reached in the bag and pulls out a liter of, and it's just like, what an example, so I think that's going to be a big part of our focus.
And I think it's interesting because she doesn't do it to sell more aloes. She believes it's helping her be a better person, right?
Right, absolutely. Yeah. Same with Rolf.
Exactly.
Like if you open Dominique's purse, it'd be full of product.
100%.
And so you asked what 25 is going to be like. So we have 3 areas of focus that we've identified. One in the sphere of rejection. We're going to do a lot of work on that. We've just finishing up a project which is about the first 90 days, which will be digital support for our first 90 days in the business. We're excited about getting that launched. We have the new 360 offering that's going to be launched at the rally. I think we're looking at about 3 or 4 new products in Paris that will be launching. And then this sort of overall focus of growth, and under that this year, we're going to break that into wellness, community, and finance. So what that means is every one of our business entities, we're going to encourage every business owner to focus in wellness as being making sure you have balance. You talk a lot about balance and not get burnt out. And also about product consumption knowledge. We're going to enhance our training. Holly's a big part of that. She's going to jump on board, and she just did a global training about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And we're going to do that on a monthly basis. Reamp our product training. We're looking now, as you've been working hard on this project and Gary's going to talk about again, is making sure our manufacturing is as streamlined as possible. And then we're going to focus on product perfection, which is never going to be achieved. But it's something that if there's something wrong with the product, if the cap doesn't close right, if the pump doesn't work right, we're going to really dial down and make that, remove any friction from the buying process and the selling process. Community is all about our events, all about the creating a place where people feel valued, secure, but also challenged. Where they
love it.
Yeah, where they feel like they've got a lot to achieve and they feel like they can achieve it. So we'll be pushing hard on helping people to achieve maybe more than they thought was possible. And when I say this as we, I hope the FBO that's watching this is saying me. because we hope that they copy this and they think, am I producing an environment in my business that's promoting wellness, promoting community? And finance is about helping the FBO earn as much as possible, but also making sure our companies run in a way which is profitable. We always say, forever, turnover is flattery, profit is sanity. We need to be profitable in order to continue to grow.
Same with the FBO.
Absolutely.
They need to watch and manage their finances, right? And
absolutely.
Be profitable.
Totally.
Yep.
Part of finance too becomes compliance. Is you got to be following the rules. You know, you can't be making the income claims. You can't be making the product claims. There's no need for that anymore. Be authentic. And we stress that all the time. And we are seeing a massive change in that environment. But still, there's always improvement that can be made. So that's our areas of focus is this fear of rejection, get that addressed. Wellness, community, and finance. That's kind of, you know, what we've broken it down to. And we've got a lot of programs that we're excited about in that. So
sounds like a busy 2025.
Yeah, we haven't even started yet, and we're already getting busy. So we've got a lot of great people that work for us around the world.
Amazing.
I just thought we'd just say thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
couldn't do it without them.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
Every office we go to, like we were in Romania the other day, and in Hungary, and those people have worked with us for years and just
decades.
Yeah, wonderful people, and just, you know, on behalf of Gregg and I and the whole Forever family, thank you to all our staff around the world.
And it's interesting because it's not always, you know, just a 8-hour day job for them. Sometimes they have long days.
Yeah.
They'll stay up late because someone's having an issue getting to the product center to buy some product, and they'll stay there later than they should, right? Just to help them out. And that kind of dedication and commitment, you can't find. I mean, Forever is special.
Yeah, and it's all over the world.
Yep.
Every office we go to, you see that exact commitment.
I agree with you. A big thank you to all of you guys out there.
Amazing. And so one of the things we wanted to do today is maybe, you know, we say thank you to everybody, and we're going to introduce a couple of our executives now, because we thought we didn't have a guest. So what we thought we'd do was we'd allow some of the executives to give them a couple minutes on video to explain a little bit about what they're doing in 2025, what they're going to be focusing on. And so we're going to hear from Gary first. Gary from Idaho, as we call him. Tell me a little bit about Gary.
Oh, man. Gary. Football fanatic.
Yeah, American football.
Yeah, American football. Boise State's his gig there. No, he's an amazing guy, super committed. Really smart at managing the product, the movement of the product, very meticulous, which is great in that arena, right?
Yeah.
We want the highest quality products, even down to the fields, you know. If he sees something when we're in the fields that he doesn't like, he makes sure he gets on those guys to clean that up. And so just a really, he's in the exact spot where we need him right now. And he's done an amazing job getting the fields. Speaking of the fields, this last year, getting them to be certified organic.
Oh, I know.
That took a long time,
Amazing.
many years to get to that point. It's not as easy as people think it is. And he really did a great job with his team getting us there. And Gary's really got his eye on for the future too.
Yeah.
We got a lot going on in his arena, especially at Ava. And I guess we'll let him tell everyone about it, right?
That's a good segue. Let's hear from Gary Shreve.
Thanks, Gregg and Aidan. As we look on the operational side of the business into the new year, 2025, we are looking heavily at investing at Aloe Vera of America. As many of you know, we are currently in an expansion project to bring all of our nutritional manufacturing capabilities into Ava, so all of our manufacturing will be under one roof. Now, why would we do this? First off, it helps us to reduce costs and keep our products affordable for you, the FBOs, but most importantly for your clients as you go out to share them with your family, friends, and neighbors. Also, it gives us the ability to be able to react quicker to the ever-changing dynamics of the marketplace. whether it's regulatory changes or changes within demand, for us to be able to react quicker and bring you a more consistent supply of products as you build your forever business. We're really excited about this, and in the next few months we'll be wrapping up this project. Now, you probably have seen a few hiccups between now and then in regards to product supply as we've gone through this transition, but rest assured, over the next few months as we get into the first quarter of 2025, you'll see a more steady supply of product throughout the world. Also this year, we are trying to be very cognizant of the price of the product that we offer you, our FBOs. You know, we always say our product needs to be high quality, at the right place, at the right time, and at the right price. So our operation team has taken on a number of initiatives to make sure that we are getting the very best costing on our raw materials, our components, that therefore we can keep those prices manageable as we pass them along to you, our FBOs. All doing this while never compromising quality. I can tell you this, guys, if it comes between quality and price, we will always choose quality. Another initiative that we are looking at in 2025 is regional manufacturing. Looking at the capabilities and the strategic advantages of producing products at particular regions around the world. We've already started this in India. As you guys know, we launched recently the new great product Aloe Term, which is now rolling out throughout the world. We're going to continue to look at opportunities where we can partner up with quality, experienced manufacturers that will help us produce regionally, and products that we may not internally have the capability of producing, but always under the specifications, guidelines, and quality standards of Forever, never compromising that quality. This is a great opportunity for us as we look around the world and as we continue to expand the Forever business globally. So guys, that's some of the things we're looking at for 2025. We're really excited about the future, what lies ahead product-wise. We'll have a number of great announcements that you'll see coming throughout the year, so stay tuned. Back over to you, Aidan and Gregg.
Well, thanks a lot, Gary. Well said. As always, Gary's straight to the point. Gary's amazing to work with, and it's funny because, you know, like me, you, and Gary are very close. But professionally, Gary's the guy that I'll scrap with the most. Because he's so passionate, you know, like whenever you're anywhere, and I just love that about him. And his knowledge, because when he worked in sales before, his knowledge of what the FBO needs is priceless. You know, so yeah, a real great member of the team, and just got that great promotion this year into president of Aloe Vera America, and brilliant guy. So we talked a little bit about product, and Holly.
And let's just say with what Gary just said, the company's looking towards the future to continue to improve our manufacturing process. And, you know, we honestly believe our products need to be the very best, and we're going to invest in that and make sure and ensure that for every FBO out there.
Very well said. We definitely are planning for the future. Absolutely. Great, well said. That's a great reminder. Holly works for Gary. And she's just been an invaluable asset in her passion for the product. And one thing I think people don't quite know, maybe they do, I don't know, is the fact that how deeply she's involved in the product procurement, design, ingredients, the whole process. She's like a jack of all trades, or Jane of all trades in the product. And I think she's been with us, what, over 10 years?
It's got to be, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
She's really changed the whole research and development part of the process. And I think everyone can tell we are now, every year we're revealing better products that are, they're top of the trend, right? I mean, people demand these new products, and so that just encourages you to go out and grow a bigger business. And I think that's what Holly brings is that perspective of what's happening in the market, what's going to be hot coming up, and we're like right on the tip of the trends, right?
Yeah, totally. Collagen, that vitamin D. You know, she was the one that was screaming about vitamin D, and that's been amazing. Term, you know,
awesome.
You know, she's really picked ones out that I was like, I'm not sure about that. Next thing you know, they're flipping top sellers.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and the thing that's unusual about Holly is she's great with a spreadsheet, and she's great with the ingredients, but also you put her out on stage and she's second to none.
Oh, she's awesome.
And that's
trainer.
an unusual skill set, right?
Absolutely.
So, anyway, let's hear from Holly.
Let's do it.
Thanks so much, guys. As you know, we've got a really exciting year coming up. We're not just focusing on launching a bunch of new products. Instead, this year, we intentionally looked at ways that we could assist our FBOs grow their businesses. And we came to the conclusion that simplicity is key, meaning having a product or products that are really easy to talk about and simple for the consumer to understand. This year will not disappoint. We are coming out with some state-of-the-art products that will be very easy to talk about, fun to use, and the ideal products to share. We're also looking at product perfection. This is a huge category and a strong passion. We're being mindful of regulatory changes, ingredient updates, and of course, wellness trends. This allows us to look at our existing product range and find those products that might be a little difficult to either use or consume and simply make them better. And this year especially, we're going to double down on aloe. We are going to give you more information than you ever thought existed about the power of aloe, because of course, aloe is our hero product, and we want you to have all the information that your consumers are asking about and feel confident sharing all the benefits of aloe vera. So there you have it. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Hall. Well said. I read something, we got a report from each of the departments, and something like there had been like 90,000 regulatory changes. Like if you add up everything that's been done, you know, with all our product this year, it's just incredible.
And to actually manage that and change it. I mean, when you talk about having to change formulas and go down that road, it's a lot of work.
Unbelievable. And it's thankless, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, think of poor Svetlana.
Nobody sees the behind the scenes, you know.
Whenever I see Svetlana, I'm always thinking, oh no, what's changed? You know. Yeah, but there's a lot of great stuff going with the product. And I love what Holly said about aloe too, is that I think we can't get away from daily consumption, and aloe is just plain good for you.
Absolutely.
And it's great for your business, and I think that one of the big focuses is of our wellness, refocus will be consumption of aloe. Is, everybody drinking at least a 330 every day, or go like Japan and drink a liter every day, and whatever fits your lifestyle. So all of this isn't easy to manage. In the sense of we need someone to look after the legal side of it. And it seems like, certainly I noticed since I got my new position, so much of what we do is legal. If it's from a compliance point of view, from a product ingredients point of view, it's from a corporate governance point of view, it all comes down into Darren's office. It's amazing. And some of it's not that fun, if I'm honest with you,
No doubt.
And Darren Reber's he's been a member of the exec team for years. Our lead counsel, super nice guy, ironically enough. If you think lawyers aren't usually that way, but he really is a nice guy.
I was going to say, most lawyers don't have a real positive outlook, yet he is the most positive outlook person I know.
Yeah.
It's incredible, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even in the midst of a big issue, he's like, I think there's a way out of this,
Exactly.
And he's easy to work with.
Yeah.
Very experienced. And really grateful for the work that he does. So let's hear a little about what he's been up to.
Awesome.
Darren Reber.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. In 2024, we've seen a real increase in regulatory scrutiny across direct selling companies. And we've seen it on a compliance standpoint, from a product compliance to banking to entity compliance. And so this last year, we've really focused on increasing our internal policies, understanding the rules, laws, and regulations. And as we go forward in 2025, our goals are really around helping our FBOs to not only protect their business, but to protect our forever business. So we want to increase our collaboration, our training, and our education related to all the latest rules, regulations, and guidance
We believe that will help forever with its core value of being an honest and trustworthy company that gives our potential new FBOs a lot of trust and excitement about joining a company that has honesty as one of its core values and integrity. So we want to focus on that, not only with our country offices, but our FBOs, to understand our company policy, what we can say on the internet around products and income claims and so forth, and to really increase a compliant awareness culture at Forever. I get asked all the time, why is compliance important for Forever? And my answer is always the same, that people want to do business with a company that's honest, that's true, and that has integrity. I think that puts a lot of trust and value in Forever, and it helps us keep the sustainability and the viability of our company, not only today, but tomorrow and forever. So back to you guys. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Darren. Well done. We got Darren on TV now, or
He's
at least
famous.
listen to. Yeah, I don't know how comfortable he is doing that, but he did a great job. I know one of the big focuses that Darren's had over the last couple years has been this, and we use the term compliance, and it just really is a posh way of saying follow the rules, and I think it's important that an FBO knows when they come in to do business, there's certain rules that apply to them. And there's a commonality to it. Some people say that's not in my country. There is a commonality to the rules. Medical claims, it's a big one.
There's some common sense to it too.
Probably more. Yeah. You can't be making medical claims. You can't be. What do they say? They're not drugs. They don't treat or cure disease. And I think that's a really key understanding. And the other thing is the idea that this business is not easy. And we need to be realistic when we try and share it with people. Mm-hmm. And that realism is part of compliance too, in the sense that, people need to know the full story and I think that the proper use of, like Reber said, of using the right disclaimers, and we constantly asking people to do that, and making sure that the stories that you tell are factual, that they're backed up by the data. And if you do that, you'll be successful.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to enhance.
No.
Just be
You
honest.
don't need to go overboard.
Yeah.
And I think Darren brings a good perspective of, you think of compliance is what you can't say.
Yeah.
And Darren's really brought the perspective of let's share what you can say versus what, all the you can't do, And I think that's really cool too. I think the FBOs appreciate that, for Darren to say, you can say this, it's okay. Say that, Darren's done a great job. He's amazing.
Right, yeah, and his department, we got Jordan in there, associate lead counsel, and he's doing a great job, and Lorraine looking after the compliance
and
department.
not just the compliance, but the amount of paperwork those guys is incredible.
The stuff we have to sign, it's like mountains of it, and for the most obscure places. We should maybe do a video one day how many things you have to sign,
A time lapse over the year of signing papers.
That would be nuts. So legal, and then from there, this guy is an interesting sucker. He's a great friend of ours, but his job is what's interesting. This is Garen, and somehow through his career, he now runs a sales area, Africa, Asia, but on top of that, he's also in charge of our IT. He supports Rob Ferguson in the IT department. How long have you known Garen?
Oh my gosh, decades. It's been a long time. We go way back.
Were you in high school with him?
No. Well, we were at the same high school. He was 2 grades lower than me.
Oh, was he?
So I didn't know him in high school.
He went to Mountain View?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. So
we didn't know each other till later in life. And in fact, I prospected Garen, sold him a combo pack. In fact, the first time I met Garen, he was washing his car, and I gave him some MPD.
No way.
The old MPD, remember that?
Gary tells me it's coming back.
And I said, here, you need to use this to wash your car. And he really liked it. And so we got, talking about business. And the next thing you know, he's buying a combo pack, signing up. And he went to El Paso with me. I was trying to develop El Paso and across the border in Mexico. And we actually went he spoke Spanish like me, and we went and did a meeting across the border in Mexico, and Garen dove right into it, man. Never stopped.
He's been around a long time.
He knows every crook and cranny of this business.
He sure does. Like his favorite expression. Not to be devil's advocate, but. And he's great to work with. And he's done an amazing job with bringing the IT, leveled up the IT, but also providing products that the FBO would really benefit from. And we've seen that with the data management's a lot better than it was. Not where it needs to be yet, but it's definitely where it's
improving big time.
It absolutely has. And he's been really pivotal in some of these trials that we've been doing with the marketing plan and seeing how that's working. And so go for it, Gary boy.
Thanks, guys. In 2025, we are looking forward to continued collaboration between our technology and sales teams. Let's begin with this. You will have a better FLP 360 experience with added tools and notifications to help you run your business. We will begin to integrate AI into our business operations, and we will also focus on 4 core initiatives that will create momentum, support growth, and empower our FBOs. It's going to be a great year, and I look forward to sharing more with you in the coming months. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Garen. Well done. See what I mean? Sales and technology. How do those two things go together?
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
We need someone to bring them together.
Yeah, it's a very unusual position, but he does it so well.
Yeah.
You know? And I think his like you said, his marketing plan experience is unreal.
Yep.
You know?
From the ground up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's been amazing. You mentioned 360. That's been a great tool for us. And we're going to do a lot to enhance that in 25. So we're excited about that. We're going to kick that off in probably May, because we're going to launch it officially at the rally. Make sure we got all the programming working on that so that we can look after that. It's going to be a big upgrade. And with that, we're upgrading the 360 to give us more training tools, which will match into the wellness and community that we talked about, right, especially on the wellness side, that we can push trainings directly to you through 360 instead of you trying to find them in Vimeo, WhatsApp, or YouTube.
Have a home for them. One home for them.
Yeah. So that's going to be a pretty exciting development. The other thing that Garen talked a little bit about was this relationship between sales and technology. And that's one of the things that we are trying to enhance, is the idea that technology doesn't replace, it only enhances. Mm-hmm. We don't feel in Forever that technology replaces people.
Absolutely not.
And what it does, it gives you the opportunity to speak to more people. It gives the opportunity to communicate more effectively, maybe, efficiently, but certainly not this idea that you can build a solid business based purely on technology. Please don't run away with thinking that we don't support. We invest tens of millions a year in technology, and we will continue to do so. But we certainly want this idea to the most successful businesses we see, both on the product side and maybe on the marketing plan side, are absolutely those that are I don't know who used to say, John Curtis used to say belly to belly, face to face, people to people. And but we love technology and some of the advances of that. So that leads us to the final guest of today, Nicholas Woodward Shaw.
Ooh la la.
He's so good, they gave him 2 names. Great friend of ours. He's been around a long, long time. A dedicated professional.
Through and through.
Absolutely. I actually worked with Nick in England when he was, I worked for a third party. He used to do our events. And I remember really well, and I know we talked about it in the podcast that he spoke at. I really remember well that decision when we thought, I wonder if Nick would move to America and come on board. And I think that was a pivotal point in Forever's history.
Absolutely.
Look
at the events since then and where we've come from.
Yeah.
The events are amazing, honestly. I mean, there's not very many people walk away from a Forever event feeling bad about themselves. Yeah. And a lot of that has to do with Nick's planning and preparing, and he puts a lot of thought into it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
Not to mention the hours of work.
Yeah. No, for sure. Every person that we come across that comes from another experience always comments on our events being so much more personal. And they're big but personal, and that's one of Nick's tools. The other thing that people don't know maybe about Nick is he's really engaged in the distributor communication, FBO communication. Like he looks after the GLT like no one's business. And any GLT member will tell you, Nick will resolve their concerns. And
Any time of the day.
yep, absolutely. And he's a brilliant addition to what we do. And so let's hear a little bit about what Nick's spending money on right now. Nicholas.
Well, thank you, chaps. And the things that events and marketing world have for all of you in 2025 is, firstly, more stuff. We're going to have more content, more podcasts, more Forever Matters, more product power hours, more recognitions, more trainings, and more stories to excite and motivate you. Secondly, we're going to start the year with a fantastic campaign all about aloe. It's going to give you valuable tools, trainings, and fun to help you spread the word about the power of aloe vera to help you deliver growth within your business. And finally, we are going to be building community with award-winning events in 2025. First up in February, we're in the Dominican Republic with the Level Up. In April, we'll be in Paris for the Global Rally in the City of Love. And finally, the Eagle Managers Retreat in September in Phuket, Thailand. And then, of course, 2026, the Global Rally in... Hang on a minute, we've not announced that yet. And you know what? I'll leave that to Aidan and Gregg to tell you.
Thanks, Nick. You know one interesting thing about Nick? We're the same age. And he looks so much younger than me. And he's like, I think he's Peter Pan. Because every year he's like Benjamin Button. He gets younger every year and so much energy, man. Flip.
No doubt, no doubt.
I know everyone is desperate now because he just almost announced the 20. I thought he was going to do the 2026 rally. And I thought, was that part of the script? I can't remember. But he did talk about, EMR. Eagle Manager is so vital, isn't it?
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Being at an EMR is just so vitalized. You get so energized from the people, and it's really exciting to be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the boat last year was brilliant.
That was awesome.
The vibe was just...
Will we do that again?
The boat? Yeah. It's expensive. So we're going to have to look at that. But as far as the experience, the convenience, the ability to maybe offer a little bit more, it's a no-brainer, But certainly it is, and as everyone knows and appreciates, it's just a very expensive option. So like we talked about in wellness and in community and finance, it impacts finance. And I can almost hear them out there going, go on, Aidan, do it. No.
Come on, Aidan, do it.
Let's do it. And so that's Phuket 2025.
Yeah.
And then we got Paris. And then Nick was talking about Level Up. I know everybody wants to know about the rally, but I'm kind of egging it a bit. But the aloe campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes into the wellness. It all sort of fits in.
Yeah.
So should we tell them where the rally is in 26?
Why not?
Why not? And we're going to launch it on the podcast, I guess.
Yeah.
So if you're driving a car, if you're sitting on the train in London, going to work, wherever it is you are, and you're listening to this, we're going to play a video now. I hope it says the name on the video. Sorry, but you'll have to maybe check this out when you get home on YouTube or something. But all right.
Drum roll.
Dun, 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 dun. Roll the video. There it is. And you know what's funny? I don't think it did say the word where it is. So I don't know what percentage are out there that are watching it. They're going, yes, we're going to there. And so, Greg, tell them where we're going in 2026.
We're going to Dubai. Yes.
We're going to Dubai in 2026, I think April 2026. Dubai is a flipping brilliant rally venue.
Yep.
We don't have visa issues.
Nope.
Which is we talked about that a while back, about that problem. It is an exciting, exotic, fun place that appeals to everybody.
Yep.
So if you like the outdoors or something, if you like the ocean or something, if you like the city or something, you like the nightclubs or something.
Shopping.
And not to mention that the convention center is brand new.
Yep.
We're all going to be in one hotel. And so you get that community feel. And we got already started to work on some amazing recognitions and trainings. And so, yeah, I am really excited about Dubai.
I am too. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's a great location. So there it is. We should probably end on that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
But forget Dubai right now. They better be in Paris.
Yeah, that's true. Huh? Yeah. Greg, it's been a great year.
It's been awesome.
It's been amazing to work with you for one more year. I don't know how many years that is, but it's well over 20.
Long time.
Yeah, and I think we're going from strength to strength, and we've got some fantastic things planned. And
2025 is going to be amazing, even better than 24. I feel it.
Yeah, for sure. And like we thanked all our staff, most importantly, thanks to every one of you FBOs. Your commitment to Forever, your loyalty is unbelievable, and we deeply appreciate it. We know that you are the best of the best, and we're grateful every single day for every one of you, no matter the language you speak, the God you worship, the color of your skin. One thing that's wonderful about Forever is that diversity is our strength. And we do business all over the world in over 150 countries. And it's a wonderful thing. And we're grateful for every single one of you. Happy New Year to everybody. I hope that you set some goals. I hope that you have a great focus for this year. We certainly do as a company. Greg and I certainly do personally. And we're very excited about it. Greg, one last thought?
Drink more aloe in 25.
Yeah, that's a great thought. And for the end of 24, for into 25, episode 7 of Powered by Forever is in the books. All the best. Let's grow forever.
Let's grow.